Hey, Mr. Get It to the Go! It's the RADbeezy, and you're tuning in to Radical TV. Smash the notification bell, hit that like button. Let's dive in it. Today's video is titled, Are Modern Women Just Looking for a Sucker? Let's dive in.
I feel like a woman should lower her value once she's been through the storm. So, for instance, if you started off a certain weight, once you've gained a certain weight, I feel like your value goes down. If you started off, which we all do, without children, and you end up having 2 or 3 or more, then your value should go down. At a certain age, when you get, for instance, when you're in your 20s, around 26, if you can't cook, you don't know how to clean, et cetera, your value goes down compared to other women.
So in other words, a woman should only lower her value if something that's negative or unfortunate happens.
If she's not able to uphold the primary things that she's saying she's able to bring to the table in the first place.
Well, the things you just said I wouldn't consider those to be positive.
No, because we're talking about the negative. Only something negative. I don't think anything positive will make a woman's value go down besides her being too hardworking.
My point is this, that if she gains weight, if she's gone through a storm, if she had kids, she can't have these things are counting against her. So lower your value, but I'm looking at it from the man's standpoint. Are you looking for a fair deal? Are you looking to find a sucker?
A fair deal.
Because my thinking is, if you really want to sell your vehicle, you put a fair market price on it so you can sell it, so you can get it on off your lot, whatever, and somebody else can drive it. But the way you're talking about it is you're looking for somebody. These women are looking for somebody to pay premium dollar for something that ain't worth a lot. Then you lower your value down to what you really think it's worth after you've had a wreck.
Wow. Well said. And we're going to get back to what she's going to respond to this, but great example. So this lady right here, all right, the price, she knows she got an inflated price she putting on the WAP, inflated price she putting on who she is as a woman. All right, boom. She's like, okay, but I know I ain't doing my womanly skills every day, but until I fail and get exposed, I'm gonna keep this top dollar price on this web. You feel what I'm saying? Until, hey, somebody gonna get swindled, and if he keep me, hey, bowling, guide him. Come on, man, that's some sucker stuff. You know what you're doing day to day. Don't call somebody else some good man a car wreck because you ain't ready, because you a fender bender that just been bumped out. Come on. Don't do that. And when you know your true price ahead of time, just put it on there, get it on off the line. Let's dive back in. Let's go.
After you've had it.
You said been through the storm. That means a wreck. So that would be no different than you get into a car wreck, pull out the bumper, paint it up, and sit it there. No test drive needed. Just come by it.
Come get it at this price. No, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean.
Going once, going twice.
That's not the approach I mean to give. I mean to put it, I'm just trying to give some different examples because for different people, it's going to be different. It'll be totally different from me compared to someone else, but I'm speaking in a general.
See, one thing I find interesting you ladies try to do, you try to be inoffensive to women. You try to give the broadest answer possible. You're not helping anybody when you do that.
I mean, for me, I don't find myself becoming devalued unless
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. Do you want to get married?
I I do. I'm indecisive on it.
You want children?
I don't. I will adopt before I have kids. I need to be persuaded.
Why would you adopt?
Why would I adopt? Because there's plenty of kids in this world that need parents besides I can bring a kid into this world, but like I said, that's something that really needs to be persuaded and talked upon because not everybody wants kids. I'm not really a big fan of having children myself, so.
Okay. So is there a reason you don't want to put on the weight? You don't want to carry the kid? What?
No, I have a kid. It's just the risk that comes with having a kid, those problems that come with having.
You mean what your body's meant to do?
If I'm not married or in the right position.
I mean, a presumption is you married and have kids. See, I'm always fascinated when women want to be married but you don't want to have kids. It's like, that's a selfish woman.
I said I don't mind having children.
No, you said you have to be persuaded.
Yeah, see, no, all that I don't mind. No, that's still being convinced. I have to be persuaded. I'm unsure. I don't know if I want to be married. I will adopt kids before I have kids. You was more sure about adopting the kid than you were about getting married. The hell? Like, come on now. And if you want to adopt a kid, it ain't yours. It's somebody else's problem. Somebody else's leftover kid. Why wouldn't a man want his own? Like instead of somebody else's leftover, not even your leftover. Like, that don't even make sense. You know? And I can tell right now, talking like this, she has probably no idea when she should lower her price. No idea when she should lower her price. None. She probably thinks she probably gonna be, a dime till she like 40 out here. The way she talking right now. Look like she a nurse or something. Bonnet Chronicles going on. She more sure about which job she want versus if she want to be married or have kids or want to adopt or don't want to adopt, but she's on a show to get advice about how to get a man. I just, golly, man, tread lightly. Let's keep going.
Persuaded. You did not give a ringing endorsement. So whatever the reason is, it's selfish. It's for you.
If a man comes to me and tells me, babe, if my husband comes to me and he's telling me, babe, I want to have a child for the reasons being that I just want to have my legacy. If that's a good enough excuse for my husband and for me, and he's gonna be there, I'll have his kid. That's not a big.
Whoa! A good enough excuse? That's not willing. Like, stop it. No. So that means you want a man to give you excuses, huh? Get out of here with that BS, man. So, man, if your husband come to you and say, oh, man, if he want to have a child for his legacy, if that's a good enough excuse for him to get me to have a kid, I guess I can do that. Like, what? The hell wrong with you? But I guarantee, some telling me, she gonna want the 6-figure dude though. But she got all this, what I may want to do and all this extra type of stuff. Versus her statement should have been whether she wanted kids or not. She should have included the possibility if he wanted them. If he did, it should have been a quick yes. A quick yes. So an answer probably should have been, yeah. If my husband want to have children to fulfill our legacy, yes, I want to have children. That's what your answer should have been. If you personally don't want to have them, but when you get with somebody, it ain't about your personal stuff. Especially when you presume to leave with half of his, it ain't about what your like. It ain't about that no more. Let's dive back in. Let's go.
Deal. Like I said, if I'm willing to adopt, I'm pretty sure I'm willing to have someone's child.
But see, the thing is,
if you're willing,
that's you're willing to adopt. You don't know how that sounds to men. how that sounds to me is I gotta go still pay for somebody else's DNA. I want my DNA out there. I'm not paying for raising somebody else's bastards. I want my kids. I want to shoot my baby batter in your womb. I want you to cook my baby and put it out here. I want to see a little me, goddammit. I don't want to see somebody else's DNA. So, but that's how men want it, because men are like, if I'm going to have to die for this thing, I want it to at least be mine. That's why men don't want to marry baby mamas. It's like,
and that's all I want from a man, for him to let me know that that's what he wants, that child. And if he says that,
but my question is, when you talked about relationship and babies, it was all from a fear, scarcity, negativity standpoint. It wasn't, oh yeah, I like to be married. And see, that's really what it comes down to. I think a lot of black women, if you really want to be honest, you have a horrible outlook on marriage and relationships. Horrible. That's why I say you all need therapy, because ain't shit a black man can do about this. How you got this warped to 25 or 26 years old ain't a dating man's problem. Ain't got shit to do with a man. There's no way that if you just, a 26-year-old woman, she talking about, if a man was going to do this and do that, I would not do that, and then do this, and you have to convince me. I'm like, wait a minute. So all those conditions, and then he just run down the street and Becky Marisol Myling or a woman from the continent, what? You want to marry me? Thank you. But you want all those conditions. So why is it so negative is the question. Why is it so negative? Why is it so fear-based?
It would be only that big because that's what you're looking at. But if you look at the positive part of it, you can look at the aspect of how a man wouldn't have to worry about, for one, arguing with me down about stuff like that. Like I said, I'm willing.
You wouldn't have to worry about arguing you down about what?
About having a child. I think you took my response more in the sense like a man would have to get on his hands and knees and beg me for a baby.
I just took it the way you said it. I don't know if that's what you meant it, but that's the way you said it.
You took it that way, and that's okay. I'm gonna let you do that. That's fine, because
you'll be able to see in the comment section.
You'll
be able to see in the comment section on the replay.
Goodness.
The comment section on the replay. See, I listened pretty well, so I responded to what I heard, but you'll be able to see it in the comment section. Because
talk about it.
So I asked you, do you want to be married?
Maybe.
Do you want to be married? Undecided. Do you want to have kids? Not so sure. I want to adopt. And then the reasons is because of all the changes with your body, this, that, all negative.
Because every man don't have a child. I don't know who my husband's going to be. If that man doesn't want to have a child.
Okay. I asked you what you wanted. I didn't ask you, did you want to marry a man who doesn't want a child? I asked you what you wanted.
Well, come on, Kevin. I'm 26 with no kids already. I'm in a career. If I wanted to have right now, I would have forced it. But my response to you was that I don't mind being persuaded on it. Meaning that a man.
What I'm saying is it's not normal for a healthy woman to have to be persuaded to want to be married and have children. But it is normal in our community because our women. Excuse me?
The answer is no. The answer is no. Then I'm an auntie of however many nieces and nephews I have right now. No, the answer is no. Right now, I do not want to have kids. But later on, in the near future, if I meet a man 2 to 3 years.
No. I'm gonna cut her off because that's what you really don't want to do. What a lot of times what I see when women respond to stuff, they try to cover all bases with a statement. They try to cover all bases. They try to do this well. You know, I know in specific situations, so they either go with the rare exception, or they try to do this blanketed statement to cover all women and do this little thing, this song and dance like, well, you know, I don't know what type of this man is going to be. I don't know what type of this is going to be. No, you know, that's why you're failing, because you're not going in this thing with a set goal in mind. You're just rolling the dice. Maybe 7 for husband. All right, let me see. 2. Okay. Like, no, stop it. And that's probably why the dating experience is not going that way. That's why it feels so cold probably in your dating world. Because you got this cold outlook about it. You're doing it with one eye open and one eye closed. You're doing it with a gun in one hand and holding them with the other, and holding his other hand with the other hand. Like, stop it. No. I don't get nowhere that way. Not with that mentality. You're gonna beget failure. You're gonna beget all the bad things that you say you don't want. Cause that's what you dishing out. Your attitude is bad. Your posture is bad. Hell, you act like a lady that's been divorced twice already, man. You 25, 26 years old. What the hell wrong with you? You got no kids. You shouldn't be this uptight. Let's dive back in.
From now who's willing to talk about marriage and want to have kids, I'm open to the conversation. If he don't want kids, and if he don't want kids, or he do want kids, but not naturally.
Were your mother and father married?
We can adopt.
Were your mother and father married?
No.
Okay, where's your dad?
Married to my stepfather who did raise me.
So, is there, what's the benefit of being married?
The benefit of being married, in my opinion, just the love. The undeniable love, the presence of each other, the support, everything that comes along with having someone to call your partner.
Are you a nurse?
I'm a caregiver. I care.
Are you a nurse, a CNA, or LPN, or something like that? Well, I'm asking you.
I'm a medical assistant, phlebotomy tech, and EKG tech.
Well, marriage ain't got nothing to do with love.
Oh, I believe because love don't love nobody. But it's nice to have that idea.
That's that's a romantic notion that the girls get to believe.
Yep.
Marriage is about duty and responsibility, but in our community, relationships, however you may think it's coming across, I'll let you look at the rebroadcast and then look at the men and the women in the comment section. I'm telling you, there's nothing that sounds remotely positive or affirming about what you're saying. It's all negative, scarcity, risk. And the thing is, I understand that in our community because so many of our women really are just single people out here working. Because y'all ain't married nobody. You ain't married black, we ain't married nobody. But here's the thing. I got news for all of y'all.
Wake up,
unless you're making six figures plus, once you age out of the workforce, how you gonna retire? Most women are making less than $70,000. That's not enough to retire on. There's not gonna be government aid. There's not gonna be the Jesus house. What you gonna do between the ages of 65 and 85? Because you're not gonna have a retirement. You're not gonna have Social Security. You're not gonna cat food, living with each other. See, the benefit of marriage is not having to have to go through this life on one income. So I'm all for what you're saying. I just hope you plan on making about $150,000 or more for the rest of your life to have something to retire on.
Yeah. Wait, I do really well for a single person. I do very well.
I said $150,000 because to most single people make middle class wages. That don't mean you're broke, that don't mean you're rich. But the median income for women is less than men, and most medical assistants, you're not making $100,000. I would say you're probably mid-high five figures. But that does not translate into growth year over year. There's a cap on that. There's a cap that stays there, and what happens is year over year, every year you lose 3% to inflation. Last year, did you get a raise?
Yeah.
What percent?
COVID came in,
well,
but
if you're just getting a 3% raise, that's just cost of living. So if you're not getting around 5 to 7%, you're not gaining any more money. So my point is, with whether there's a man or kids or not, how you gonna provide for yourself until the end of life?
On that, I'm agreeing with you on that. As a pet owner, even though his food don't cost much, I consider if I did have a kid or someone that's a struggle. You know?
Do you have a dog?
I have a dog. I just got a rescue dog. See, don't judge me with this adoption stuff. Adopted dog, but you know what, Kevin? I was Uber driver.
I'm just saying. I'm a PhD. I'm a nurse. I'm a CNA. I'm all this other single dog mom. That's what I say. That's why people are putting all the hearts up, because they're like, they've heard it so many times. It's like over. And then when I talk to them, it's the same.
You're gonna let it go right there, man. I let that ride a little bit longer because I just had to just let the delusion just let her drown in the delusion. This lady right here is preparing to be alone for the rest of her life. You know, I can see it right now. You know, she's already has that auntie look. She's settling into the auntie bonnet out at public at work. You know, with the struggle edges, and yeah, she has a idea of a relationship and an idea of a man, but she doesn't have a reality of how to obtain any of those things. And I don't think she really wants a reality of it, you know, because when she made that statement, yeah, I agree, because love don't love nobody, but it's great to have that idea. She likes that fantasy of it. She still wants